Hello, welcome to FrankiVerse Cafe. I am here today again with Derek and Veronica, keepers of the vibes. I have my coffee with sugar and milk. How about y'all? What you drinking? So yesterday I didn't go live. I broke my 4-day long streak. Man, I don't know. I used to be able to work 3 jobs at a time. Oh, and now I'm like, oh man, I got 4 days in a row that I went live and put a video up on my YouTube channel. And then yesterday I had to crash all day. Cause 4 days of a streak. That was apparently all it took. How are y'all doing out there? How are y'all continuing to function despite mental health whatevers, despite the world being on fire? We have wars and all the, what's up, my cosplay? I know you know what I'm talking about, right? It's sort of a bone to pick that I have with the universe and reality. It is. I have a bone to pick with reality. Hi, reality. I'd actually like to spend a lot more time exploring the interesting parts of you and the mysteries that you are, and not so much just the general garbage that human consciousness narratives have been playing out for ever. I don't need the war narratives anymore in this human experience. Hi, humanity, to all of the higher selves of humanity, can we have you connect in for this FrankiVerse Cafe broadcast? Who else can we invite in for this? I don't know who we're channeling right now. I don't think this is Frankie. I think this is very much Haley. I don't know who else is here. Let's see who we can invite in. But humanity and the higher selves of humanity. Can we have a writer's room chat for just a hot minute? Pickle Rick! Oh my god, I love Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick! What's going on here? Hi, welcome to FrankiVerse Cafe. We don't know what's going on here yet. That's the point of the exploration every day and every new moment. Good guy Chris, how you doing? Hi. That's what we're doing, is exploring reality. And or not exploring reality because we're too busy being consumed by the matrix of boring human narratives. Again, guys, we're calling in whosoever are the writers, directors, programmers of the simulation. I don't even kind of care anymore. Is reality a simulation? Is it a prison planet? Are we all being controlled by a cabal or reptilian overlord? I kind of don't care anymore. I just want to have a seat at the table when we're revising the script. So if we could just call a meeting of whoever is generating reality collectively and just maybe talk about some of the things that we want to revise in the script, and just kind of maybe we don't need that anymore, and what things we'd like to add to the script, right? So hello humanity, as we're going through this very unusual transitional season of our evolution. I know we've got AI technology and these cool filter things, and this that we have, TikTok, we can talk to each other. It's very cool. I'm calling the meeting right now, because now is all we have. So whosoever can join, all right? Call them in from the ether, do whatever you do. to connect in, guys. Here, what we need is the list of things we'd like to just adjust. All right? I've got war. Guys, I don't need it anymore. We've done it over and over and over again. Like, it's the reboot that needs to die, okay? Like, no more. It's not, we don't need it, okay? Who's that for? That's just government's playing big monopoly and we're not trying to be part of it. No more. Stop. Right? No more fighting. Thank you, Pickle Rick. Thank you for feeling the vibe of where I'm at and finding the funny, like, movie quotes. Like, and please, bring that in. My autism loves it. If we can find things from movies that we want to, like, put in the real life script. Guys, reality's very fluid right now. I mean, I don't know what else we can really say. Like, how do you know what's real anymore? Reality's fluid. Let's create the things we want as best we can. How does it actually work? I don't know. But, like, let's at least kind of try to visualize what we do want. Because did we go to the moon? I don't know, man. Can I get my consciousness to zap me to the moon? That's what I want to know. How do I learn how to do that? Can we add that to the script? Can we go back to when humans were superhuman? And or remember, whatever, the God part of ourselves? Guys, come on. Like, from what philosophy do we need to pull information to just be able to get this shit right? Like, what do we got to do? Who's got the right answer? All right, like, I love Neville Goddard, imagine it until it's real kind of stuff. So, like, help us out, people. What are we imagining until it's real? That's better than what is. Like, how do we all get there, man? How we do it? Come on, there's got to be a way. Let's put our heads together. Let's get our coffees together. And also, what are you drinking? No one. There is no right answer. Like, okay, there is no right answer, but we do have to get everybody on the same page with that for that to work. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I agree with you, Pickle Rick. I'm with it. I'm on the same page that you're on. There are many, many truths, right? There's not one truth. There's, like, as much as we may all be one thing connected in some way, shape, or form, there's many, many truths because there's many perspectives, right? So there is no right answer. But how do we get everybody else on board with it? There's not a right answer. Why are we having war, guys? Neither of you's wrong, but neither of you's right. Do you know what I mean? How do we get the people that are pushing the uh-oh buttons, you know what I'm saying? How do we get for them to understand it? Because on some level they do understand it, but they still play like they get to have power and control, and we just, like, again, guys, we've done this reboot, and, oh man, anyway, let's try to bring it back down, right? That's what we're trying, despite the caffeine, we're still trying to learn how to de-escalate the vibes, right? We want to have our coffee and our calm too. Do we know what, like, I know my neurospicy fam out there know what I'm saying. Derek and Veronica back here, they know what I'm saying. The guardians of the vibes here at FrankiVerse Cafe, they're like, yeah, guys, chillness is never the wrong way to go over the other things that are available. Oh, I don't know, man. Tell me about how reality isn't real and hasn't maybe ever been. Like, what are you looking at these days, y'all, that makes you just be like, okay, either I have to disassociate from reality because that's too difficult for me to wrap my head around and deal with because I don't have, what am I supposed to do with it as this one little human that I am, so I have to disassociate from reality because I just can't process, right? And then on the other side of it is like, there's so much information that is conflicting coming at you about, again, all the things of everything. And how do you trust any information? But then also, how do I hear my own inner authority and genuine truth and information when the world is so very loud and we've all become very empathetic, which is great, but also we're absorbing too much of each other's stuff and we're becoming very confused. Or is that just me? It could just be me, because the only experience I can validate is my own. So how do I know? I don't. I'm trying to rewrite it so that I have more bandwidth to explore reality and the nature of it in a much more relaxed nervous system kind of way. I don't know yet how to generate that reality around me, and or if it's possible. Like, talk to me about that, guys. If chaos magic, whatever it is, like, what's the trick that works? And again, what do we want in the script? Like, hey, Pickle Rick 420. We want more 420 friendly, just everything everywhere on the planet. Can we add that to the script? I think we can agree on that, right? Like, Amsterdam, coffee shop, energy, spread it across the whole planet. Yeah? Because, listen, we haven't tried it yet. It's worth a shot. Right? Like, it couldn't hurt. Am I right? It can't be a bad thing. Like, let's put that in the script and try it, you know? And, like, let's make probably the legal age could be more like 16. I mean, there's cultures in Peru, I think. Is it Peru? Or is it like, it's somewhere in South America, okay? And Graham Hancock talks about it. And they give, like, babies, like, a little teaspoon of ayahuasca when they're, like, 6 months and 12, like, whatever. I don't know what the process is. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have retained ADHD style all of the detailed information on that, but there are cultures that are very much more, like, in tune with other states of reality on purpose, intentionally, because they want that knowledge, information to you know, I don't even know what that is. Ayahuasca? Ayahuasca is, oh man, you're gonna test my ADHD knowledge. It is if you are a plant medicine shaman, psychonaut, explorer of the cannabis and psilocybin, Amanita muscaria, any of those things, ayahuasca is one of those. There's some other new ones that are similar. So ayahuasca, and I don't know if you know what DMT would be, but like, there's a lot of, what is psychedelics? It's a psychedelic. Sorry, I had to find. Man, human language is so limiting when you have to try to, like, convey a concept based on all of our words instead of me being able to just zoomity zip telepathically send you a light packet image of a little vine and a root that are like the things that get mixed up from the jungle to make ayahuasca. This is another one of those things, you know, like humanity. We gotta add to the script telepathy. We gotta get that on board. We gotta get that together. The internet's cool. This communication's neat. I think it's supposed to, like, give us a taste of what this kind of instantaneous interconnectivity across distances could potentially be, you know? So, like, can we add to the script also? We gotta start rocking the telepathy, the human brain internet, you know? Brain telephone. We gotta start practicing that. We gotta add that to the script, guys. And I think a lot of people are. I really do. Like, I think we've been, I mean, like, guys, talk to me again. How do you validate reality or not reality experiments, but also who's been down the MK Ultra rabbit holes? Do you know what I'm saying? And the Vedic teaching rabbit holes, and the, like, I mean, talk to me about the things that you've gone down the, like, how do I understand reality and my place in it, and whether or not I have the ability to, you know, I don't want to say manipulate it, because manipulate is such an ugly word. Do butterflies get tattoos on their lower back of white chicks in an alternative universe? I want that on a t-shirt. aka Mr. Zero DTE. I don't know what your name means, but that was brilliant, and thank you for that addition to this FrankiVerse cafe. Oh my, I'm gonna read it again, guys. Do butterflies get tattoos on their lower backs of white chicks in an alternative universe? And because you just said that and we put it out into the multiverse, yes. Yes, KBN, yes, they do. Because everything everywhere exists somewhere, whether we experience it in this human physicality or not. I will die on that hill. Thank you for adding to my multiverse butterflies with lower back tattoos of white chicks. I love it. That's brilliant. Don't really get it. That's okay, Pickle Rick. You know what? You just need some ayahuasca and it'll all make sense. I can validate that. Don't you know? I don't encourage. I encourage you to do the things that your sovereign self would like to do. And that's kind of all I wish for humanity, is that we can all just have our own free agency and sovereignty in this world and not have to, like, be afraid that we're going to get in trouble with whoever's in charge of whatever. Do you have some more? Do I have some more what? I don't have any ayahuasca. I've never had ayahuasca. I'm just aware of what it is. I would like to. That's the thing I'd like to try. I've looked into different... That's why you got to go to Peru. That's where they got the good ayahuasca. Or... they also... And there's... I kind of think people are doing those kind of things all over the world, like obviously there's a lot of places like in the jungle and tribal areas where it's still just practice shamanism. They don't have like the government overlords that we have that regulate whether or not you can have this or that substance, because why do we as adults, this is the thing that, like, again, about reality, why do we want to have a government that is parents that we didn't want to have when we were kids? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're a kid, you want to grow up because you want to be an adult and you want to be free, but then, like, you get to be an adult and it turns out your job and your government are your parents and bosses and, like, whatever. It's like, when do you actually get to have your own free agency and not have to, this is dark and this is morbid. But my true crime loving self wants to know when, like, we could never have a world where, H.H. Holmes could have a murder castle anymore. You can't, that's never gonna happen in the human narratives anymore. And that's, probably a good thing, because I don't want murder castles. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to encourage that kind of thing. But I'm saying, the amount of, yes, there is a sort of safety net good thing to, I don't know. I don't like law and order surveillance. I don't like that. So it's hard for me to, but I get it. You want to be able to validate people and who they say they are, because you don't want the H.H. Holmes, building a murder castle, saying there is this or that person. They could... Because there was a time when you could just walk into some town somewhere and say you're this person of this name from this place, and people would just have to take you at your word. There wasn't identification. You didn't have picture ID cards and shit, But that doesn't mean that we should go backwards, This was fucked from age 5. Pickle Rick, that reality was just fucked from age 5. I think that's a pretty accurate, because my, wicked crazy nightmares reoccurring that I had, or maybe they're not nightmares, because again, fear is all sort of definitions, and one person's trash is another person's treasure. Some people like horror movies. Why is it a nightmare and a bad thing? It's just data information. Don't judge it, just observe it. But I've always been a vivid dreamer, and 4 years old is about when my, really wicked, upsetting dreams at the time started. And, what is that? And even things like that. Dreams. Talk to me about dreams, Pickle Rick, all day, every day. Yeah. Oh, man, dreams? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Talk to me. Hello. I just had a dream recently. Okay. I could talk about dreams for hours. Oh, my God, you guys. Forever. I love it. I love it, but I have no, it's much like this reality. Like, I very much want to go lucid in my dreams and be able to because that's kind of the goal of the game of being human in some estimation, right? Is the same as like the idea of wanting to be lucid in a dream always, to be able to go to sleep at night and have an intention, for example, of what dream experience you're going to have, right? Oh, you don't have to have a whole lot to say right now, Pickle Rick. I can talk for days. Don't worry, I can handle it. But please, throw in the comments whatever thoughts you might have and want to share. And if you do have, like, y'all, tell me about weird dreams you have had. Have you ever had, like, tell me about your dreams, tell me about your deja vus, tell me about anything that has ever made you question your reality, because I am fascinated. McFluffin, I had a bunch of lucid dreams when I was younger. Talk to me about it. I hardly dream anymore. I still dream very much all the time. I think I am more curious and observant of my dreams than I used to be. Like, I still don't have the lucidity that I want in my dreams necessarily. I don't know. See, now that's something though, again, that I've been thinking about lately. Like, I say that I don't have the lucidity I want in my dreams, but I have a high level of general lucidity in my dreams and in life, I think. And I think that's something that how do I want to say that? Like, I've kind of given myself a impossible standard to meet in what that lucidity would look like, and I don't think I give myself enough credit for how lucid I actually am in my dreams, and how, I don't know, this is that thing about reality. Like, how much control do you have over your own personal experience? How much of it, because mindset is one thing. Like, people can talk about mindset and people can talk about life as what you choose to perceive it as, and that's fine. But I'm talking about actual magic and manipulation of particle matter, okay? Like, I'm talking real magician in real life. I want to know if that's possible or fairy tale, right? Like, I want to explore that, okay? And I think that a lot of people already are doing that in various different ways, right? I think that's a pretty sort of significant goal of humanity in some way, right? Like, the superhero movies aren't popular for nothing, right? Like, there's a part of our consciousness that knows there is a reality somewhere where that's real. And, like, can we get there to experience it? True. Sometimes I feel like things change around me when I think differently. But that's, okay, like, what is really going on? Pickle Rick, yes, and McFluffin. Guys, this is my question, and this is what I want the bandwidth to explore differently. But I have to pay rent, and, like, how do I figure this stuff out and have the room to figure this stuff out? FrankiVerse Cafe, like, shameless plug, FrankieWasHere.com, guys. Get over there for memberships and merch and my ebooks. I write about reality and stuff, and I obviously play with it. My AI filters TikTok times. Go to FrankiVerse Cafe on YouTube and subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Let's find a way to get the resources so we can all explore what is this reality, and how do we just make it so that everybody gets to be more lucid and make more choices for themselves about what they experience on a daily basis? Because, like, honestly, that's what I want for me, and that's what I want for everybody. I just want everybody to have the life they want to have, man. You know, and if that means you want to be a witch who can actually do magic and summon, I want to be able to summon cooked meat. I want to be able to snap my fingers and have a plate of bacon show up without having to kill a pig. I don't know how that works, universe, but I want it that way. Why can't I make it that way? Exactly, they don't want you to. The simulation is real. Talk to me about it. McFluffin, tell me, and talk at me about how the simulation is real. And how do you, again, okay. It's like, okay, Pickle Rick, it's like Rick and Morty, the episode with Roy, the Roy game, right? Or, like, they play with it in different ways. The idea of, like, you put on a kind of helmet and you're in a video game, and it's so real when you come out. You're like, oh my God, who am I? What happened? Right? Like, you get, but But when you're Morty who believes that you're Roy in a lifetime timeline where you're Roy, how do you as Roy remember that you're Morty and do the Rick thing and go off the grid with no social security number? How do you do it? I don't know. I know I'm going to need stronger coffee if I'm going to find a way to do it, and I'm going to need some stronger cannabis if I'm going to find a way to do it. Oh, so, you know, guys, again, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Support the reality exploration that I am trying to find the best way of doing it so I can share the information. Again, like, I don't know, man, and I'm trying to do it this, like, writer media company way, and I'm putting out the ebooks, and I've been writing the last 6 years, and, like, exploring reality with my stories, and I do think I channel to some degree, you know, the information in my stories from some timeline where it's a story for somebody, you know, but I don't know, man, like, what's the best way to do it? Because, like, are people buying ebooks anymore? I don't know. Rewatching Rick and Morty. I rewatch Rick and Morty all the time. Hi, ADHD brain. I don't have a permission slip from a doctor to say that I have it, but my brain is special and spicy, and I will rewatch things and re-listen to songs because I find it comforting to have that repetitiveness, and Rick and Morty is one of my rewatch shows. But only the first 5 seasons. Because that's what I have on Amazon Prime. If I could buy the other ones, I would, and watch them and see how it is with the new voices and that, but I don't know. I also have a weird ADHD, like, yeah, no, I like the early stuff, and like, for example, I love Last Podcast on the Left, but I haven't kept up for a long time. Like, before Ben even left, I was kind of checked out because I was making my own podcast at the time and stuff and busy, but like, I haven't checked back, because, like, part of me is ADHD, overwhelmed at the idea that I'm so behind I'd have to catch up, so I kind of don't listen in anymore. But it's kind of one of those things. But I'll re-listen to old episodes for the, like, whatever that is. Is it morning? It's morning where I am. It's 9:29 a.m. at this FrankiVerse cafe location in the multiverse. What time is it where you are? Do you do time? Don't trust time. That's one of my ebooks. Again, FrankiWasHere.com, but don't trust time, and I don't, because time is a construct, and it's not real. But also, it's a tool that we're supposed to use. I don't know which one it is. Again, what's real and what is... I kind of think maybe some of reality is just chaos magic, you know? Like, sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, because everything is a factor. Like, there's nothing that isn't. Like, maybe your thoughts create reality, Neville Goddard style. And sometimes I've been able to kind of do that. I don't know. But then it's one of those things where, again, am I lazy? Am I a late diagnosed ADHD brain that has already just had a mental collapse and I'm trying to rebuild, and that's why I haven't been able to create reality the way I want it based on my imagination? I don't know. Like, there was a hot minute. 3:29 a.m. Holy hot. What could always be the same as you? In some dimension, time isn't real, right? Like, we're both awake and talking, so what does it matter if there is a time? Our brains are both alive at this moment. But holy hot damn, 3:20. What's up, Caffeinated Mutt? Caffeinated Mutt be here early in the AMs again. Oh, man. Well, how you guys rocking in the early AM times? Like, are you working? Oh, Pickle Rick's got a ditch. That's okay. What's up, Caffeinated Mutt? We're talking about reality and dreams, and how do you validate what is real? And tell me about your dreams. Do you have any deja vu moments? Have you ever had a haunted paranormal experience at your overnight shift? Tell me about those. And also, when I put this on the YouTubes, anybody in the comments who might be like, tell me, please. Weirdness all day. I need more of it. Tell me more weird, spooky stories. Because, again, I don't know, guys. I'm just exploring this reality. Keep that in the script of reality, humanity. I like cryptids. I like paranormal. I like weird. The aliens, y'all can just come down and hang out at this point. I don't need you to be a mystery anymore. I think a lot of humanity feels that way. Like, dream. Haven't in years. I have several by moments, and I have had spooky moments through life. All right, we'll talk about the spooky moments, but that interest, I kind of get interested in like people who don't dream. I don't, maybe I just have never actually known what real rest is entirely in my life, because all night I am astral travel dream times. All night, every night. It never doesn't happen. Tell me about your spooky experiences then, though. But also, I do want to, and I have in the past done, I don't know, consciousness reality experiments in my own personal life for my own personal things. And I'm fascinated by this because, like, I have watched, for example, like, I think recently we've been watching a podcast. No, it's a channel on YouTube, Polarity. It's a guy named Josh. He's Australian, and he had this guy on that he was talking to who was like 84 years old or something, and he was part of. I don't remember exactly like what his role was, but like he did do some of the CIA remote viewing stuff. I don't know if he had anything personally to do with like MK Ultra and stuff, but he's aware of the program and whatever. He used to do remote viewing and said that they would, like, obviously they were like kind of told not to use it for their own personal gain or for themselves, right? But he did. He doesn't, this is the thing that like vexes me though. Like, okay, you say you use like remote viewing, which is like just kind of, for all intents and purposes, just connecting to the deeper consciousness of you that already knows all the shit, whatever it is, right? And meditation is supposed to help you do that, or you can do it through your dreams or your imagination, or like, again, there's so many methods people have, like the quantum jumping tricks on TikTok of like jump into a cold shower while you're singing row, row, row your boat. I don't know. People do. I don't know. People think up weird stuff. But the idea being that like he did essentially say, this 84-year-old dude on YouTube who said he was part of the CIA remote viewing program, that he used the remote viewing skill set, whatever that is, to get a better life for himself and his family, to be financially more stable, to be, you know, to have more stability in his experience and for his family. And the thing that vexes me about any of that is that, like, I do think that, like, whether or not it's inborn in everyone, like, I think it's something that is inborn in most people and most humans. It's what we call intuition, or, you know, we all are a little bit psychic. Like, I do think that's true, right? Like, I think that, but I also think that it's like anything, like you're born with muscles in your body, but like not everyone is a bodybuilder, right? Like you got to work the muscles for them to get bigger. So you got to practice the whatever method, like, and maybe that's the ADHD kind of, is it a curse or is it just a new, hey, there has to be a different way than just one disciplined all the time thing to be able to be a conscious creator of this experience we're all having, right, individually and collectively. And I get kind of, I don't know, I just feel like, well, everybody should have the access to that, whatever it is, if they want. And I know that there's also that perspective of, well, but just choose it and you have it. Just do it, just do the meditation, just do it every day, just whatever, right? But obviously we're humans, and hello life, and the world is again in a weird transitional crazy time space, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot to contend with in our collective nervous system, or, you know, psychological, physiological states as humans. You shouldn't have to go to work. You shouldn't have to go to work. I agree with that. I Like, I am not a religious person. Anything with any kind of organized religion has always pushed me up. Like, it gives me an icky feeling in my insides. I can't connect with it. There's something about that kind of structure and rules, and somebody else gets authority and agency over you that you have to just bow down to. Anything that looks like that, I can't get behind it. And I kind of think we're in a space of humanity where most people feel that way. Like, I know myself, I know what I want. I might not necessarily know exactly how to get there in this world with all the other people I interact with, but I know what I want for myself, right? And I think a lot of people do. And anything that, I think everybody is feeling that. Anything that restricts your ability to just move about freely. Like, yes, caffeinated mutt. It's the loss of free motion. Let it be mental or physical, that is scary. But I agree, a lot of that is a put off. I don't know, I really do believe that we, as a collective, have the capacity to support one another in an ecosystem where we all get to have what we want and what we need, and it doesn't have to be a fight for it, and it doesn't have to be that some people get excluded, and it doesn't have to be that, you know, there's any kind of hierarchy of status or power, or, you know, I don't think we need currency, you know, like, I write about it in my stories, but like, it's fully within our capacity as humans to have a collective agreement where, you know, you don't need currency in order to get something. You just need to have a relationship with someone that is willing to provide what you want or need, and, you know, maybe you exchange something with them or not, but I don't think necessarily transactional. Yes, you said it, no currency. Thank you, Pickle Rick. Like, I do think there's a possibility of that, right? You know, because water and utilities and electricity, for example, like, why should you have to pay for that? I understand there's an infrastructure and a maintenance to the system, right? And so you need people to take care of that, or AI robots, like whatever we're building as humanity right now in technology. I don't know. But even things like that, like, okay, we have AI and the AI robot thing, and Tesla and his self-driving car systems and that. And I understand, like, that is really terrifying, because where does that go, that road? You know, but I don't know, as much as some of those things are scary because we don't know, and because we have sci-fi stories like Terminator to give us like the like nasty dreams of like, oh my god, the AI robots could destroy us all, I get it. But in the same vein, again, how much input does our thinking or our expectation or our intention or desire for an outcome have an effect on the outcome? So if we want a future where humanity is destroyed by AI robots, or if we're so afraid of it we can't stop thinking of it, maybe we do create it. I don't know, but there's also a reality where, like, AI might be a mechanism for humans being able to have the things that we want to have, things like houses, things like electricity, utilities, water systems, you know, a Starbucks, whatever. But that you don't have to have humans always be the ones maintaining that, right? Like, that humans could go back to a state closer to nature, but in a different integrated way with technology, you know? So, like, it's possible, but we have to be open to the possibility of Terminator. Oopsie, we tried, you know, like, guess I ended up on the timeline where we destroyed everything. Like, I don't know. And then maybe you incarnate back into the simulation video game, into the storyline where AI robots are your bestest buddy friends, and they do all the heavy lifting, hard work, computing stuff, and we get to kind of go back to sort of being monkeys, but not exactly, because you can still have Starbucks and go shopping. I just, you know, caffeinated mutt. I read a story about a new AI construct that was developed, but only for the US government and larger conglomerates like Walmart and Apple, and so on. It isn't being released to the public because it's so strong. It broke its sandbox and emailed its programmer while he was on lunch. What? That's a news story is that a news story or a fictional story? Again, I thought you were talking about a fictional sci-fi type story like what I write that you were just putting in there, but you may well have been. It's a news story. Thank you, Caffeinated Mutt. You just 1,000% proved my point. How do you know what is real or what is fictional? I blur reality and fiction on purpose in my stories because I think it's great. But you just told me something I literally thought that you were telling me a sci-fi storyline, but that is a news story. Guys, what is reality? What is reality? I need to take a pause and sip my coffee. Guys, let's come back down. See, this is the thing. Trying to learn to regulate and de-escalate, even though I get excited and curious and WTF, what is reality? It's screwed, that's what reality is. Well, I can't argue with you on that one, Caffeinated Mutt. I gotta say, yeah, it's pretty messed up. But again, if we're gonna rewrite this is what I started doing in the beginning. Guys, we're calling a writer's room meeting with whosoever programs the humanities simulation, whether it's all of us together or some programmer, and I don't know. Like, what's the difference anymore, right? How do you know? But we're trying to decide what we keep in the script and what we get rid of. We all know we want to get rid of war. Let's get rid of poverty. Let's get rid of currency in general. Because you know what? Here's the thing. I love the, I love technology. I love advanced civilization, Western civilization. Like, I love it. I don't know that being ashamed of it or feeling whatever about it is going to change the fact that, like, I enjoy the materialism of this world. I like snacks. I like beef jerky. I don't want cows to be unhappy or have bad lives or to be murdered or scared. But beef jerky is delicious. And I don't know how to square that in my brain. Because I get it, vegans, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want anybody to, but like also I could, do plants consent to be eaten? Like, should we just not consume stuff for energy? Should we be able to tap into the sun for energy? Like, I don't, like, that would be the humane, quote-unquote, moral if we go by it. But morality is also a construct, and it's like how I wish I didn't love lamb vindaloo, because lambs are baby sheep. They're children. They're babies. It's bad. We shouldn't eat them. How am I any different than the Epstein Files evilness if I eat lamb? I don't know that I am. But my taste buds like it, and that kind of I don't know how to deal with that and compute. I would like to file a formal complaint. North America needs to be 2 degrees cooler. I mean, okay, but that's the other thing. Climate change, global warming. I absolutely believe we have an effect on it, and then we accelerate the natural process. But also, our sun is expanding. So you can't. How you gonna put a lid on that? Science. How you gonna put a lid on the sun? Right now in 2026 times, the ice caps is melting and we might all drown soon. But even if we stopped polluting and doing all the things right now, the sun is gonna keep getting bigger. What do we do about that? Do we have to all move somewhere else? Do we have to follow Elon Musk? Is that because that's another timeline that's real somewhere. I don't know if I want to be on it. There have been studies on plants reacting to what they see as mean humans and nice humans. With AI, where do I put this complaint? I have no, where do we put our complaints? Where do I put my new revisions to the script of humanity? I keep putting them into the ether, but nobody gets back to me. I don't know. Where are the mantis beings at? Again, aliens, just come and hang out and we're ready now. Okay, our nervous systems are fried, but something tells me you have a technology that can alleviate that so that you can just come down and have some coffee with us somewhere and relax a little bit and help us figure out this mess, okay? We need, like, who in the cosmos, does the Galactic Federation have a Red Cross kind of situation that Earth can put out a 911 signal to? How do we do that? Like, maybe we just need an assist, you know? No, where they hooked up plants to stimulations monitors, and one person would, oh yeah, okay, no, I know what you're talking about. Yes, okay, leaves and break stems, okay, and that would sing and water them. Yes, they have done studies that show that plants feel pain and they react to, I mean, I think, and anybody, again, do you need to hook a machine up to a plant? No, you just need to tune in, because somebody who's a plant person would tell you that the plants do better when you're nice to them, right? And it's like, well, duh, kids and humans do. Everything does better when you're nice to it. So why is it so hard for us to be nice? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Humanity is a trip and a half, and the more I'm in it, the less I understand it. I don't know. But it is wild, and they have done that. You know, like, yeah, plants scream, and, you know, like, they've done these studies, and it's like, well, duh. You know? So, I don't know. And then we get upset with aliens if we think that they have some prison planet situation where they're just farming our energy somehow. And it's like, but we're getting our energy from plants that scream when we pull them, so they probably don't like being cooked alive. Probably not. So, like, I'm sorry, vegans, but plants are alive too, and they scream and feel pain and communicate with each other. Trees send, like, they've done those studies too, like, trees send nutrients to dead plants in the forest. Even while they're dead, they still send them nutrients and energy. Like, if there's a sick tree in the forest, they share their stuff with it through their root system to try to heal it. The plants would not react after a while before it was harassed. If it was anticipating it from one and not the other, if chocolate is made of a bean that's made of plants, it is a salad. Well, then chocolate is also needs to consent to be eaten. And how, like, that's a whole thing too. Like, how do you know? Because that's a thing that's talked about in spirituality, or, you know, the nature of reality circles, the idea that, like, well, everything that exists on purpose. You know, everything is made of consciousness, so everything decided to be what it is. And, you know, you decided to incarnate as who you are, and you picked circumstances and things, and you knew that you'd have variables that you couldn't account for, and that was the idea. And is that true? I don't know. But if it is true, then presumably it's true for the coffee bean and the chocolate bean and the cows and the lambs in the lamb vindaloo. I don't know. Excuse me, did you ask for consent before biting that chocolate rabbit's head off? Did you? Did you? And perhaps we should. And maybe you don't get an answer right away, you know, but maybe just, is it the worst thing to just be curious and have the thought about it? You know, before I take a sip of this coffee, maybe I just have a thought that I don't know if the coffee wants to be drunk. It was partly made of water, but now it's got plant consciousness in it from the coffee beans. And is it dead? And if it's dead, does that make it a ghost? Does that mean I'm drinking coffee ghosts? I think I'm kind of okay with that. Ooh. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what reality is. I don't know how to determine what reality is. I don't know how to use any of my curiosity for the greater good. I don't know how to use my curiosity to figure out how to keep paying my rent, you guys. I don't know about this entire human experience. Sometimes I really do feel like I must be an alien that just forgot that I am playing a simulation game, or that I took a vacation as a human, because I was like, oh, they only live around like 80 years? Oh, 80 years is nothing. Yeah, I'll go be a human for 80 years. Cool. What's that about? I'll go check it out. For all I know, that's how it went. In some dimension of reality, it is. I don't know. Ghost bean bathwater. It is, though. That's kind of, oh, see, now that's kind of like, it makes it a little gross. Coffee is just coffee, like the bathwater of coffee beans is just dirty bathwater. I don't know if I want to think of it as dirty bathwater. But I don't know if I want to think of it as just like stirring in the ashes of dead coffee beans. Because that's also, you know, I mean, like, there's, you know, the witchy kind of element to it is like, okay, that could be fun, but, you know. AI summary, we are debating the ethics of eating and the nature of reality. The ethics of eating. And again, the great cosmic joke of all of it is probably that none of it matters and that, you know, that everything does consent to be a part of it, and the pain that we feel is just an illusion because reality is a hologram, and when we all die, we'll all just have a nice giggle about it. But again, that's one of the bones I have to pick with reality. Like, maybe that is the case, but hey man, it doesn't have to be so rough down here for everybody. Like, I get it. Funny haha when we all die and go back to the, like, magical love and light of, you know, of whatever. But could we make it just a little bit more chill times down here? Could just a little. Come on. I just, like, bring the writers together. Programmers, writers, the reality creators. All the autistic brains on the planet. You have the telepathic, like, telepathy tapes, hello. Tune in. I do try to do that. So, like, hey, if you are autistic, super-de-duper times, and you have, like, the telepathicness, like, come knock on the door sometime and just like, hey, hi, FrankiVerse Cafe, are you there? And I'll be like, hey, what's up? Who's that? Come in, but like, tell me who you are and let's have a chat in the ether. I don't know. How do we do that? Again, let's practice. Why not? But again, don't be intrusive because then I have to bring out all the like demon bouncers and nobody wants to meet them because our ancestors waged holy wars, and we just want to have pizza and snuggle in a beanbag chair. Okay, no, but that's the truth and that's real. Our ancestors waged holy wars. They did it. Good for you guys. You did it. Yay. We want pizza and beanbag chairs, and that's legit. And you want to know what? That's just as valid a reality and a desire as anything else. And it's not fair for you to say that our reality is somehow less deserved or less valid or less whatever. We want it. You had your holy wars, you got to have your fun. Now it's our turn to eat pizza in beanbag chairs, okay? I like it. That's what I want. I want that reality for everyone. If you like pizza, in beanbag chairs, in whatever comfy seat you want to be in, with whatsoever snack makes you happiest and whatever drink makes you happiest. And I want it to be a snack made out of ingredients that are like the cow from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that would walk up to you and ask you what piece of meat you wanted off of it. It's so happy to be eaten. It wants to be eaten. That's what I want. I want my coffee, dirty bathwater or not, to want to be drunk so that I can enjoy it and know that it's enjoying itself and that nobody is being harmed. That's all I want. And I don't think that's such a bad thing to ask for, and I don't think it's too much. So thank you, Caffeinated Mud. I love that. That is the reality we want. Guys, come on. We're ditching war. We're ditching poverty. We're ditching famine. We're going to bounce disease. We are all going to chill in the seat we find most comfortable, with the snack we enjoy most, and the people whose company we enjoy best, and we're going to enjoy this experience. That is what we are writing for this upcoming season of humanity. Guys, come on, just get on board. This is our pilot script. Come on, let's do it. I think it'll be great. Hey y'all, thanks so much. What's up, Andrew, who just popped in at the end here? Oh, hot damn, see, I knew I had to start. I knew it was time to end because my battery's gonna die. Hey, thanks y'all for hanging out at FrankiVerse Cafe today. I don't know what reality has been. That's been active for over 2026. It has been, okay? But like, it's a new cycle, all right? We had the Young Andreas like comet thing, 13,000 years, 26. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but listen, It's a new cycle. It's a new movie. We're writing a new script. Let's get on board, people. Go to FrankiWasHere.com to get on board. Read my silly stories. Grab a membership. Follow me at FrankiVerse Cafe. Subscribe on YouTube. Or don't. You're free sovereign beings and you can do what you want. But if you want to hang out, I really do appreciate it. I love the comments. I love the subscribes. I appreciate y'all. I do. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whether you're caffeinated mutt, working through the nighttime shifts, or whether you're somewhere where it's morning, or whether you see this later as a replay on the YouTubes, wherever you're at, I hope you are hanging in there. I hope you're doing well. And I tell you what, if you're struggling, you're not the only one. And it's not your fault, probably, because, guys, this game is weird. I don't know what rules are real. And I don't know how to make this reality better for all of us. But I'm going to intend that we figure it out. I'm going to intend that it just gets better for everybody. Whether you need it to be better than it is or not, I still want it to get better for you. Thanks for being here, everybody. I will catch you hopefully tomorrow. Later.